Normandy here. Today I'm going to lead you through a 30 to 35 minute deep stretch class. You'll need just a few simple props. You will need your mat, of course. I would suggest 2 yoga blocks, a yoga strap or a flex band. I don't have bolsters, but I have wonderful beach towels, so I rolled up a beach towel we'll be using at one point, and either a pillow, the fold your towel, or a ball like so. So that's what we'll need for deep stretch. These stretches will be held for quite a while so that you can breathe into the stretch, feel supported in the stretch, and allow the muscles to just elongate and the joints to open up. It's a good way to end your week or begin your morning, or perhaps end your day if you've had a really hectic day. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start just sort of warming up a few joints first. So start in your table or quadruped position. Okay. Lift your chest, hug your abs, tailbone back, knees right under hips. I'm going to do a couple of cat-cows and then some knee circles. So as you exhale, scoop those abs up, pull the tail under, let the back round up towards the ceiling as the head drops following the spine. And then flow right through neutral to a cow position, literally back extension. And do that 2 more times using your breath. And again. And then come to neutral. Shift your weight to your left, circle that right knee, sort of letting it dangle. Try not to control it too much, but try to feel the movement, the circular movement in the hip socket, and reverse. And we do the other knee, circling. About 8 to 10 times, depending on your tempo. Put your feet close, knees wide, push your hips back to child's pose. You might want to grab a block. And this will be our first position that we will be holding for quite a while. So to keep yourself present in this class, focus on your breath. I suggest a nice, I'm going to sit like this when I talk. I suggest a nice inhale, fairly slow, pausing with your lungs full, and the inhales through the nose. And then exhale, either through the nose or through pursed lips, even slower than you inhaled. Pause with empty lungs, and repeat that over and over. And you'll find it very relaxing, and it will help you to feel you're getting more out of these deep holds that we're doing. So your arms can be stretched like so. If this is not good for your shoulders, you can bend into sort of cactus arms or wrap your arms here. Okay, just find something you can hold for a while. And inhale fully, feeling the lungs expand to the side and to the ceiling. Pause. Exhale even more slowly. Inhale again, nice and slow. Pause. Exhale. And do that for a little while more. Hold it for another couple of minutes. If you know Ujjayi breathing or the sounding breath, do that breath. It's quite lovely for something like this. I would suggest, if you like music, to put something soft, something you enjoy listening to on while you are doing this slow moving class. I have music on in the other room, just something that I enjoy, just enough. And we'll do about 4 more big breath cycles. A breath cycle is a breath in, the hold, and the exhale. one more thing as you finish up, I forgot to mention this. If your knees do not like this position, take your bolster or your towel and put it like so, or you can sit on the ball if you have a ball, okay? And we'll finish up here, last breath cycle. Great. Okay, put your block aside, and if you did grab that bolster or towel, put that aside. We're going to take the block that we were using under our head and put it about sideways or so under your ribs, and then take your other block and stack it up a little higher, put it under your skull, that's not on your neck, but under your skull, and then open your arms to a T and put the soles of your feet together. So we're continuing to open the hips. This is a little back extension. Again, if you're feeling a lot of pull in your hips, or your hips are very, very tight, you can take whatever you have and put it under your leg. So for me right now, if I was to do that, I happen to have a ball under one and a towel under the other. You want to make sure that you contain your abs that are active, your ribs are closed, you're not pulling into your back, okay? Another little trick to keep yourself from pulling into your back is to put your feet on a third block if you have one, all right? So here we go, some breathing here. You want to feel the width across your shoulders. Softening the shoulder heads into the socket. This is a great place to unhinge your jaw, maybe move it around. We hold a lot of tension in our faces. Sometimes when I have my head upside down, or where I feel comfortable, I'll stick my tongue out and do like the lion's breath. I like to smush my eyes together and then open them really wide. It feels amazing. So you might want to play with that even while you're laying here, because nobody can see your face if you're facing the ceiling and you're by yourself. If you're self-conscious, that is, this would be a good solution. Two more breath cycles. Letting the bones feel heavy and letting them feel like they're just melting into your mat. Bring your hands down by your sides. I'm going to slide this block out. Come on up. Slide this other block out. Roll back down, grab your ball, going to roll to your side. Oops, I do want this. Put your upper knee on a block or anything you have, and stretch this underneath leg straight. Reach the ball up. I'm just using the ball to give you a visual, and then you'll wrap the ribs. So let me back up here. You want to make sure the shoulder and the arm are connected. This is not an arm reach like so. This is a spinal rotation. You're working from your waist here. So you want to wrap, keep this knee down. You want to wrap, 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 and you'll stop when your shoulder stops, not when your arm touches the floor. And then just stretch and reach out of this straight extended arm with the ball. So in this particular hold, the leg in front here is supported, but this back arm is not. Just go ahead and keep it safe, breathe into it. If you have shoulder issues, do this. So without the ball, it looks like so. You put your hand on the shoulder and you reach with the elbow. All right. It's hot here today, so this stretching feels really good. Reach up, stack your shoulders, and then bring the ball back down. Roll to your back, roll up, put the ball underneath your shoulder blades, support your head, and roll back. Lean back. If your lower back is healthy and this doesn't feel like it's pulling, you can straighten your legs. Otherwise, I would leave them like so. Just open through that chest. Continue to notice and focus on your breath patterns and the breathing. Keep it as even and deep as you can. Come up, roll up. I'm going to spin around because I don't want to have my back to you. So you can just roll to the other side. Knee on the block, cradle your head, reach up, and wrap the ribs. And breathe. Breathe into this upper rib cage here. And, anatomically, it's not possible to only breathe into one lung. But when we're doing something like this, you want to imagine the breath going to various parts of your lungs. You want to imagine that when you're in the side position that you can breathe into this upper lobe. It's just bringing awareness to your breath and to your breathing and to the activity of the lungs and expansion of the rib cage. So I'm going to put the ball down and finish like this. Reach up and bring the ball or your hand forward. Very nice. Going to take a yoga block, put it under our head. Put the band aside. Take your band. Put it on your foot. And you can, like I said, you can use a yoga strap for this. And then you don't have to have this leg super straight. Right now we're going to focus on the ankle. I'm going both directions 2 times, like 6 to 8 in one direction, and then reverse 6 to 8 circles in the other. Okay. And then go ahead and give it a stretch. And then move away. So we'll do a little bit of active stretching here. Draw the leg towards you, pause, move it away, draw it towards you, good, move away, and now we'll go into a static stretch. So you'll go ahead and hold the band. With a relaxed shoulder, this band is just giving you some support here as you bring your leg into a hamstring stretch here. So I'm trying to give you quiet moments so that you're not just listening to me talk, but you can focus in on yourself. That's the beauty of a class like this, is taking the time to really just stretch, breathe, notice, and unwind. On your next inhale, take the leg to the side and use your elbow as a kickstand. So this is your support, this arm that's holding the band, and the band is helping to support the leg in this side position where we are getting into our adductor group or inner thigh muscles. Couple more breaths. Bring the leg up. I'm going to take the band off and just lay it next to us. You might want to grab your rolled up towel. I really love this little variation that I put in this class. So you're going to, if you know yoga, that you're going to do tree lying down. So you can put your foot way down here on the side of your shin. I wouldn't put it on your knee, although you're not standing up, but I suppose it would probably be fine. Or put it slightly above your knee and then tuck your towel here, unless your leg is all the way down here, and flex your standing foot and take your arms to either cactus pose, which my shoulders don't particularly like, but it's a really lovely position, or out to that T and close these ribs. And then you're here in a lying down tree position. And breathe into particularly your hip and inner thigh of this bent leg. And focus. Keep your non-bent leg straight and strong as though you were standing. And 3 more breath patterns here. And then gently stretch your leg out, the one that was bent that you just had in your hamstring stretch, and notice your legs. I mean, right now my right leg, which I just did, feels about 2 inches longer than my left. Always good to notice those things. So we will put the band on your other foot and start with our ankle circles. Six to 8 in each direction. And 2 times. And then bring your leg towards you. And then push away. If you have a stretchy band, it's nice to get a little tension here. And then bring the leg towards you, active stretching, move it away, and again towards you, and away, and towards you to hold. Couple more breaths. Keep encouraging the leg as the muscles unravel and lengthen. Keep encouraging the leg to come closer towards you. And then keeping your straight side, in my case it's my right side, down, you take the left leg to the left. Kickstand elbow and breathe into the inner thigh of your left leg or the leg that you hadn't stretched before. Nice. Close your fingers here. Two more breath patterns. Slow and even. Bring the leg up. Band next to you. Go into tree position with this towel or pillow or whatever you have propped under the thigh, just to give it a little support so that the leg can just feel free to open and you're not gripping so much in your hip flexors. Your non-bent leg is stretching straight and the foot is flexed as though you were standing. You could even do prayer hands like you would at the start of a tree, and then go to cactus. You could lay your hands on your abdomen and notice your breathing. That's a really lovely little variation on this. Mostly just stay present and notice and breathe. And just one more breath pattern. Now, I'm going to roll all the way over, and I'm going to give you a variation if this particular position doesn't work for your knee. I'm going to do what I call an asymmetrical bow. An asymmetrical bow. So you would start on your stomach, reach back and take your foot, press your hip down. You can rest your head on your arm or on a block if you want like that. And this is how we start, by opening up the quad and the hip flexor. Now, if this is hard on your knees, the variation is to be here and just maybe not pull the foot in too close. If you can't reach your foot, take a band or a loop, anything that you have that you could put around your foot, and then hold the band in your hand. Okay? So this is your variation if your knees do not like this position. So the hold here is to focus on the quad, like I said, so please try to do that. And again, continue to follow an even breathing pattern. And on your next inhale, you're going to lift your chest. And you can rest on your forearm here. It's in a little back extension. Get a stretch through the shoulder, lengthening of your abdominals, little back bend. This, you can continue to lie on your side and mimic this position if you need to. Okay, and lower down. Going to rest your head on your hands. Bend your knees, flex your feet, and slowly windshield wiper your feet. Reset the sacrum, release the hip socket, and you have the other side to do. Two more breath patterns before you lift. And inhale to lift, lengthen those abdominals, roll the shoulder open. Try not to overlift your chin, to keep the back of the neck long. One more breath. And forward. Second slow windshield wiper of your feet. Push your way up. I'm going to do some cat-cows again before we sit. So exhale, scoop. Inhale, extend. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, extend. One more. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, extend. And pivot right around. Now, this is a place where you may want your towel. You can sit like so. You can use yoga blocks for the same thing. So you would sit on your yoga block like so. So it's really up to you. You can sit cross-legged, which is what I'm going to do. And if you like cross-legged but your hips are tight, you can sit on two blocks that you put side by side, like a little shelf, like so. Okay? So I'm going to sit cross-legged, or the way I just showed you, with your knees tucked back. You know, everybody's got different bodies, different areas where they're tight. Some people have injuries. So you've got to just work thoughtfully with yourself and with your own possibilities, but also be aware of some limitations. So with the hands down, fingers sort of tented, we're just going to drop our chin to our chest and then lift up, look side to side, releasing the neck a little bit, look straight front. Now, you're just going to drape your arm across your head. You're not pulling at all. You're just draping. And then you're just going to drop the ear towards the shoulder and take this straight arm slightly back. But no pulling, absolutely no pulling. Okay, it's just resting to give you a little extra weight there. Two more breaths. Bring this arm front, bring this down, lift the head up, nose. Ooh, notice. And drop your head to the other shoulder. Try to keep the shoulder sort of upright. Drape your arm. Take this back a bit. So you would, by moving this back, you're increasing the stretch right here. And your arm is just resting. So what I just noticed is that the side of my neck on my left side, which I just did, feels much tighter than my right, which is interesting because I'm right-handed. But it's good to observe all of these things about yourself. One more breath. And up. And side to side. Then bring your chin gently down. Keep your shoulders up though. Breathe into your back. And lift that head. Float your, probably it will be your left arm if you're facing me, up and side bend. Now keep this hip down. This is your weight. Here's your stretch from your fingertips all the way down. And this one is less holding and more movement. So you're going to scoop and reach, and then come back, and scoop and reach. Scoop those abs, reach forward on a diagonal, and come back. And one more time, scoop and reach, and come back. Take a breath, and up. Other side, lift, side bend, scoop and reach, and back to lateral, scoop and reach, back to lateral, side bend. One more, really stretch, 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 and back, breathe it up. Simple twist, inhale to prepare, exhale to twist. Center, other way, come center. So for our last stretch, you'll need your band, whichever version you have, and this is like a calf, hamstring, and sort of closing down the spine kind of stretch, all put together. I'm sitting on a diagonal so you don't have to see the bottom of my feet right in your face as I'm recording this. Put the band around your arch up to your toes if you can. If you have a skinny band, you'll want it sort of up here so that you at least have it on the toes a little bit. Now, lengthen your spine. Slide those shoulders down. What we're aiming for is a neutral spine, meaning a long natural spine coming forward without rounding. That's what we're aiming for. So inhale, stack your spine even a little bit longer and taller. Exhale, bend your elbows and bring your ribs and then chest and shoulders forward. And the toes come back. Just hang out here and breathe. And last two breath patterns. Release the tension, fold, point your toes and fold over your legs, and then stack your way up. Reach up, look up, lift, and bring your arms down. And that's it for deep stretch today. Thank you. I kept our little Pilates mascot outside the door, so I hope he didn't disturb you, but he's wondering why he can't come in here. So I'm going to turn the video off in a second, but I will allow him to come in, for those of you who know Archie. Come on, Arch. Come on. Say hello. Say hello. There he is. Thanks for joining us.